Hi, I'm Tracy Heatley, and I thank you for tuning in to this episode of the Better Marketing Podcast, bringing you marketing magic in minutes. This is the podcast for service-based business owners, including professional services and solopreneurs. This episode is for those of you who want clarity, confidence, and consistent results with your marketing without the exhaustion, overwhelm, or constant second-guessing. Today's episode is the strategy sweet spot, balancing planning and action. And this episode is really special because it's the final episode in this 52-week series. I cannot believe that a whole year has gone by since I've introduced this Better Marketing Podcast. Over the last year, we've covered strategy, AI, mindset, brand, customer journey metrics, the whole customer journey, consistency, authority, brand voice, momentum, and so much more. And it's been an absolute pleasure to bring you marketing magic in minutes every week. I set myself a goal to bring a full year of marketing content condensed into short, sharp podcast episodes that deliver value, pack a punch, and give you takeaways. And I'm very proud to have delivered that for you. But let's focus on today's episode because I want to bring everything together in a way that covers everything to do with your strategy. And if you listen to this podcast for the first time, that's okay. As a standalone episode, you will get great value for this. All my episodes are evergreen, so you can dip in and out of them. You can listen to all of them in order. You can do whatever you want, and they'll be here for you, even though this is the last one of this season. The reason I want you to do this is because marketing is not necessarily complicated, but it does require discipline, and it requires effort, and it requires time. And I've got the know-how. I just want to share it with you. So when you get the right balance between planning and action, that's where the magic happens. That's where the strategy sweet spot is. The strategy sweet spot is where clarity meets consistency. It's where you have a clear plan, but you're not paralysed and overwhelmed with overthinking. It's where you take action, but you're not constantly firefighting or reaching. And it's where you avoid both extremes. Too much planning leads to procrastination and lack of results, but too much action without strategy leads to exhaustion and overwhelm and a lack of direction. The sweet spot is right there in the middle, and that's my area of expertise with working with service-based businesses like you, is getting that balance right for you and for your business. So you know who you serve, you know what you stand for, you know what you offer, you know where to show up, and then you execute it with consistency. And that's it. Growth requires review. Growth requires both business and personal review. We've established that. And if you've listened to the previous episodes, you'll know how much I value reflection and refinement and monitoring and assessing and redoing things and rejigging things if you need to. But right now, at the time of recording this, I've been reviewing my own services and I'm looking at alignment with my clients, my market, my preferences and my goals. I monitor performance, feedback, energy levels and demand. And, watch this space because marketing is not static and neither are you. You need to know when to adjust, and sometimes you need to rethink and refresh. Not because you failed, not because you're behind, and more importantly, because you've evolved and you move forward and you're progressing. So change can lead to procrastination and lack of results if you ignore it. But embrace change and go with it and handle strategically. It leads to progress. And if nothing else, I hope you've got that from these episodes. If your services are no longer aligned to your ideal clients, refresh them. If your message no longer sounds like you, refine it. And if your marketing feels heavy, simplify it. And if you're meaning to do stuff and you're not getting done, then contact me, because I am here to support you and I can help you with consultancy, mentoring, training to help you bring all this together. And, this is not about dramatic reinvention every 5 minutes. It's not. It's about intelligent adjustments. Milestones matter. Along the way, celebrate those milestones. Not just revenue milestones, and not just big milestones, consistency milestones, confidence milestones, visibility milestones, mindset milestones, whatever milestone it is that you've set for yourself, those milestones matter. This podcast in itself is a milestone. I committed to doing 52 weekly episodes, and that's what I've delivered. There were busy weeks, there were challenging weeks, and there were weeks when it would have been easier not to record it, but consistency builds credibility. And there's that expectation there. For those of you that listen every week to this podcast, you expect it to drop on a Wednesday. And so I want to deliver that. And it's that consistency, it's showing up like that gets the results. It's like compound energy. It builds, doesn't it? Like compound interest does. Now, earlier in the series, I spoke about consistency being compared to compound interest. And it's true. It so is. Marketing works in the same way. What you build and what you do now, that's what will pay off later. The content you publish, the conversions you start, the connections you nurture, the emails you send, the strategy that you redefine or refine if it's the first time you're looking at your marketing strategy. It all compounds, it all builds. So if you stop completely, you break the energy flow. And if you stay consistent, even imperfectly consistent, momentum builds. So some action points for you. Let me leave you with some simple but powerful actions. Revisit your strategy and check for alignment with your goals, services, and your ideal clients. Identify one marketing activity that you will commit to consistently over the next 90 days. And the reason why I say 90 days is so that it becomes more of a habit. Audit your messaging and ask yourself whether it truly sounds like you. Review what has worked this year and give yourself credit for it. Whether that's your financial year's starts in April, or you're a limited company and it's whatever your year is, review what's worked and give yourself credit for it. Because we're not always quick to do that, are we, as service-based business owners? We look at what I call negative reflection, where we're looking at what we could have done better, but we're not necessarily giving ourselves a pat on the back for some things that we've achieved. So I think it's important to do that as well. And then when you've done that, choose one refinement to make next. Just one. You might have a list of 10, but I don't want you to focus on 10. I want you to choose one that's a priority. And that clarity first, and then action. That will really help. Now let's say what's next. Now, this may be the final episode of this series, but it's not the end of my content by a long shot. So if you've followed any of my earlier podcast series, you'll know that within the Small Business Lounge, within that podcast, there are my Be Better with Tracy Heatley episodes, which is more general business guidance as well as bits of marketing. It's a bit of everything for small business owners. And then there's How to Be a Networking Ninja. I've been running networking groups and running a networking business and training people in networking for nearly 20 years. So there's that series in there. Before that, I hosted my own Mind Your Own Business radio shows where I was interviewing business owners so that the listeners got to know the brains behind the brands. And along with that, the challenges and successes that they had. So they're still out there in the ether. You can listen to them too, but they're really useful because you're getting it from the horse's mouth. We can learn so much, can't we, by listening to other people's stories. They're inspiring and motivational as well as everything else. So I will be continuing to share my insights, whether it's through articles in publications, blogs, social media, whatever that is. This is not goodbye from me by any stretch. It's just a see you later. And you never know, I might have another podcast series brewing. Who knows? You'll just have to watch this space. If you would like to continue the journey with me, here are a few options for you to do that. First of all, you can download my strategy guide, which is a free guide. If you download it from the website, you'll get a PDF. With that on, I'm told that in itself is extremely valuable, so why not? And the other thing that you can do is you can sign up for my Marketing Momentum calendar. This is something that I've launched quite recently. In all honesty, I put the calendar together originally to send out to my clients in January to help them kickstart the year. And it's a calendar and there's something on there every day of the month. It's not to be overwhelming. It's just to give you little tips and a reminder. So the thought process was, if it's there on your desk and you see it, it will inspire you to take the action. And it's working for some people and it could work for you. All you need to do is go to the website and you can download that. So you just sign up for it. You can download the last couple and then every month I'll just drop it into your inbox. I promise you won't get a load of spam from me. That's not my style. So if you want to download it, feel free. And the other thing you can do is book a discovery call. If you've been listening to the podcast and you like what I've got to say and you think I can help you, book your discovery call. Again, that's free of charge. We'll just have a chat for 30 to 40 minutes. You'll get some tips and some good pointers on that call, I must add. This is not just an opportunity for me to sell to you. I'll make that call useful. And then if you want to carry on working with me in one shape or another, I don't know what that looks like at the moment because I don't know what's right for you. Let's have the discovery call. Let's have a chat and let's just take it from there. And the other thing that I would love for you to do is if you're on LinkedIn, connect with me. You'll find me at Tracy Heatley Chartered Marketer. Drop me a message. Let me know you're a podcast listener. And I would genuinely love to hear from you and connect with you. So that kind of almost brings this episode to a close, really. You know, I'm very proud of what I've delivered for you over the last 12 months. And I will miss bringing you these episodes, but I've got so much other stuff to give. Before I close, I want to say a big special thank you. Behind every great woman is a great team, and I want to say a special thank you to Paul Kopak from Shooters Media for producing this podcast. He's done a fantastic job of the production, and thank you. Thank you very much. And of course to you, the listeners, I thank you so much for listening to the Better Marketing Podcast, and I hope that you've loved the hints and tips that I've shared, bringing you marketing magic in minutes. And like all service-based business owners, your time is precious and I appreciate you making me part of your busy schedule and choosing to listen. So thank you very much. I hope you've enjoyed it. I'm Tracy Heatley, Chartered Marketer and Certified AI Marketing Professional. I'm an expert in service-based business marketing, so I've got you. And on that note, I will bid you farewell. And always remember, as always, you must always remember this. Better marketing means better business.